Hello Internet, this is Whispering Whim. I am trying a couple of new things today. I'll be playing a game for one, Crypt of the Necrodancer. It's a new game that I picked up, or rather was gifted to me. It's a cute little game and all the art is sort of this old school 8-bit art. The other thing that's new, as you can probably tell right away, is that I am doing a soft-spoken voice instead of a whisper, which I found is actually a lot harder on my throat. I've done a couple of test recordings and it's a little scratchy, but I'm going to keep trying. My channel is still so new that I want to kind of play with all the pieces and hopefully get some viewers out there. The other new thing is, I'm sure you can hear, is that the sound is going to be a lot different. I'm using my headset instead of the laptop built-in microphone. And while it doesn't pick up the key strokes, the clacking, and it does pick up voice better, which is definitely a bonus. I haven't used it in my drawing recordings so far, just because I like to hear the Sharpie. And I assume other people would too, like it's a relaxing sound, but there is no pen, there's no drawing, so here we are. So why don't I go ahead and get in here. We start off in the lobby area. I've not gotten very good at this game, but I have unlocked everything from Zone 1. I will be playing through Zone 1 again, just because the game is hard enough for me. And talking while doing something is also really hard for me, so I figured I didn't want the added challenge of moving on to Zone 2. As you might have guessed from the title, Crypt of the Necrodancer, is that this is a beat game. The premise is that my little avatar has been raised by a necromancer with rhythm in her heart. At least that's what the cutscene kind of suggests. I didn't put it in this video just because I thought that would kind of throw people off to have all the different voices, but anyways, let's go ahead and we'll jump right in. I'm gonna lose diamonds and I'll explain more about that in a second. But the idea is you want to move and attack monsters in rhythm. And if you can do that, you'll get a disco floor effect and a coin multiplier. So I've already kind of started it and lost it. I expect to die a lot during this video, so if that's the sort of thing that's going to bother you, that I'm out of rhythm, this may not be the video for you. But I wanted to review this game because it's my new game, and so I want to play it. And I say review, but I don't really think that I have a good platform to critique from. I think I've mentioned in some of my other videos is that I'm a pretty casual gamer. So, I found the boss already. A little too soon. Let's hope I don't die too bad. Nope, I died. So, there's my first run. We're gonna keep going. I'm just gonna do a quick restart here. So when you're playing, aside from, killing things in rhythm, a big part of this game is knowing the telegraph of the monsters. And it is something that I kind of fail at. I'm not sure why, but telegraphing is just never something I've been good at. I used to play WoW way back in the day, and that was the one thing, is that I wasn't a raider. I wasn't a dungeon person because you had to memorize a specific set of movements and conditions, and I did PvP very well because people are unpredictable, and I find that matches how I want to play better. So this game does have its own unique issues. Oh no, Minotaur. And I managed to beat him, so I've actually unlocked this part of the zone if I survive, which I did not. This is going to be kind of a sad run through. I'm not going to lie. I knew it would be hard to do it and talk at the same time, so I'm okay with that. I'm going to go ahead though and show you around the other parts of the game. Like I had mentioned before, I had unlocked everything in Zone 1, so some of these side doors actually have people. The Beastmaster lets you practice against all the monsters you've run across so far, which gives you a chance to learn how they telegraph their moves. Up here we have 3 different shops. We have our armory, which affects what kind of weapons and armor you find in the chests. The Dungeon Master over here offers permanent upgrades, and Merlin has magical things. I only have 2 diamonds, and I don't really want to fill my potential item pool with some of this small stuff, so I'm actually not going to buy anything, but I just wanted to come to the lobby to show you around. Bossmaster works in the same way as the Beastmaster does, but you have to pay in order to practice against them. So if you keep kind of failing at one particular spot or one particular boss, you can go ahead and sacrifice the diamonds to look at that. The codex, I believe, tells you about the game. I actually haven't gone through and explored that yet. I probably will soon. Down here is something that I have yet to unlock because it's in Zone 2. Zone 2 is a lot faster. The tempo is a lot faster, and it's too hard. I'll get it, but not tonight. I know that for sure. So why don't I go ahead and practice on something to give you kind of an idea. I know the telegraph for the skeleton, so let's go practice there. Which wouldn't really be practice, but it'll show you what I mean. So the skeleton's telegraph is that when his arms are raised, that's when he can swipe. So if he raises his arms, he swipes. I can attack him when his arms are down. So let me find a rhythm here. Oop, kind of failed. There we go. Oops. I'm gonna die just on the practice. But anyways, that's about one of the few telegraphs I know. Also, you can select a character. They all have different abilities. Your starting character is Candace, who I am right now, and typically the only one I play out of what I've unlocked. You also start off with Eli. The problem is playing Eli is that I'm not very good at using the weapon. Let's see if I can practice something and I'll show you. Oh wait, he doesn't have a weapon. Is he the one with the amulet? Oh no, he does. He has the bomb. So if I press down and left, and this is why it's so hard for me. Oh, it's not going to let me do it, is it? There we go. I put down a bomb. But since it's a rhythm-based game, I have a problem doing that at the same time as I'm keeping the rhythm. And he also doesn't start with an actual, like you see, I can't attack. He doesn't start with any sort of handheld weapon. He just starts with the bombs. So that's why I don't like Eli. The other character, which if you're not very rhythm inclined, that's good to know about, is the Bard. Now the Bard will have no beats, meaning you don't have to play him to the rhythm of the music, but the enemies will chase you down. Instead of kind of following their own preset path, they'll follow you. So let me see if I can't find a swarm of them here. So they've spotted me, and now he's following me, which isn't a huge detriment, but and I would play it in this mode just because I find it easier, but it seems to me like that's kind of against the spirit of the game if I don't have to move in rhythm. And I understand why they gave that as an option. I did practice with him for a little bit to try to help me learn the telegraphs, which I still didn't learn, but it just, I guess I'm only willing to go on easy mode if I know it's temporary. I am a casual gamer, but I have some standards. Oh. Ooh, I killed the Minotaur, and I still have a few hearts left, so I might actually survive this level of the zone. Now, you don't have to go down the stairs right away. There's always a couple of things in every level, and I try to get them. So I got my 1 diamond that's available in every Zone 1 level, but I don't believe I visited the shop. So I'm going to do that real quick. And of course, there's nothing that I want in the shop. It's all randomized. Every time you run through Zone 1 or Zone 2 or whatever, the level will be laid out a little bit different, and the shop will be different. Your items will kind of depend on what your item pool looks like, and you can unlock different items for your item pool in the shops in the lobby. So this creature, I know the telegraph for that one too. You just have to turn around, and then they'll chase you. So there's the 2 creatures I know they're telegraphed for. Everybody else just kind of wails on me, or I wail on them. So perhaps, since I've kind of covered the basics of the game, I will discuss my hopes for my channel here. I still plan on getting a video camera. I said in my last video that I decided for sure that I was going to just get a GoPro. And I still want to do that, but I was talking with some people, and they're like, well, if the sound quality is the most important thing, why aren't you upgrading your microphone first? Which is a pretty valid point. So now I'm kind of looking at a compromise, maybe getting a webcam that's slightly better than my webcam is, and then buying the microphone. Because while I'm doing a video capture, I don't want that. While I'm doing a video capture like I am now, you know, it's just the quality of the game that I have to worry about. But when I'm doing, you know, the drawing, which is going to be, I think, the main feature of my channel is the drawing videos, I am left with very poor video quality, and that's what bugs me the most, even though I tout this as ASMR sleepy time, as I want people to see what I'm doing, which is kind of greedy. Oh, that's something I did not know. So it looks like you have to unlock the zones differently for each character. If I go back to Candace, let's see here. Yep, Zone 2 is unlocked now. So that's something I didn't know. I learned right now. Let's go ahead. I'll show you Zone 2. The tempo is going to be faster, so I hope that it doesn't throw you off as much as it throws me off. You'll see that there's a lot of different monsters, which is probably the other part why I'm kind of unhappy with the zone. Like I said, I feel like I've just gotten used to the other one, and they throw all new monsters at you. I mean, obviously the skeleton is just an upgraded skeleton. He has a shield. This golem thing, I don't know what his deal is, but he hits like a mofo. And you'll actually hear it right now. I put the music down real low in this video, but it's still there. It's actually speeding up as the time goes by. And I do know, I've experienced before, you can kind of time out of a level, and it'll automatically kind of drop you into a boss room if you do that. You only have as long as the song is, so that's something to keep in mind. Going back to Zone 1 now, since I can moderately play Zone 1. I thought I had a subscriber. I had gotten an email to that effect, but when I finally got back to my channel, which I did have to go about 2 weeks without recording, they were no longer subscribers. I guess that might be a normal thing. I don't know if I have to like play a political game, you know, the social game, in order to keep people. If I do, then I think my attempts to please the public is going to be pretty limited, honestly, and my channel might suffer, but I just do this as a hobby anyways, and in the hopes that my boyfriend will be able to fall asleep to them. He did fall asleep to one of my videos already, my second video, which I think was the 90s cartoons. So maybe that one's good, although it's not the one that has my most views, which was interesting. Trying to learn how to take videos, edit them, play the YouTube game, and then, like in this case, play the actual game, is proving to be quite more involved than I thought it would be. I'm doing this just for kind of the fun of it, but I was kind of expecting that it would be simpler, like I could just turn on a camera and go for it, but that really wasn't the case. I had to really kind of figure a lot of things out, and my tempo has gotten a lot faster. Sorry, I might be rambling a little bit, but wasn't expecting it to get so fast. I think it does that over time. Like, you have to beat the level in a certain amount of time, otherwise they make it harder on you to finish, which is fair. It's all music-based games, so I guess it would make sense that they'd mess with the music. Fair enough, right? Ooh, I'm managing to kind of... Oh, I lost my multiplier. I was so proud of myself, too. Oh, there's another mini-boss, that golden bat thing. So I beat him, and I can move on to the next part of the zone. I'm surprised that I'm still alive. I must be getting the hang of talking and doing. Either that or I just kind of lucked out on this particular map. I do only have half a heart though, so if I run into a shop, I hope that one of the randomized options is a food, because food gives you back your health, which is kind of a standard video game dynamic, so I'm sure there's no surprise there. All these spells, I have picked up bombs and spells so far, and you'll notice that I haven't really used them. That's because I have a hard time. Oh, I had an apple too. I'm an idiot. Sorry. I have a hard enough time moving around without doing up, down, left, right. I'm a bad gamer, I'll admit. I'm very picky, and I end up playing a lot of meaningless casual games because of it. Do I have anything? I have 2 diamonds. I think I mentioned before that I don't want to fill my item pool with a lot of, I don't want anything that I can afford, because it does dilute what you can find in the chests, so I kind of learned that the hard way, because at first I was biting. I was purchasing everything that I could purchase as soon as I could purchase it. And I've learned since then that that's not the ideal thing to do. So I have some items that I can find that I don't actually find useful, which is a little unfortunate. Overall, considering that I got this game, well, someone got this game for me, so to speak, on sale for around $3, I think it was. It's definitely been worth that much in entertainment, so the sale is still going on. I would recommend Crypt of the Necrodancer. If you are a gamer type person, you'll probably have an easier time of it than I do. Probably enjoy it even more, or at least unlock more. So I have a trouble. Overall, I think out of games that I've played recently, it's probably my favorite. I did pick up Fallout New Vegas not too long ago. I didn't jump straight to 4, it is out. This video's not that old, but just because it's not worth the money to me to play a brand new game. Especially when a lot of these independent games, you know, you can get for $5–10 and they provide just as much entertainment. I think since my voice is kind of surviving, but it's cracking a little bit, I'm gonna do one more run on Zone 1, and that'll be the end of this recording. I hope everybody has enjoyed it so far, or at least fallen asleep. I guess enjoying it might be counterproductive. If you enjoy it too much, it'll be hard to fall asleep. If anyone's out there who has, you know, given it a listen, and especially if you've listened to the other videos, if you have any comments or criticisms, you know, say something, please. I haven't gotten a comment yet, which is fair, because I know my video quality has been pretty poor, and I haven't really devoted that much time to improving it. But I still want to know what direction to take. Is the whispering good? Is the soft-spoken good? Do people like seeing the games? You know, the drawings. Do they have a kind of drawing that they want to see? I've been doing cartoons that I'm comfortable with, but I am definitely open to suggestions. At any rate, I said one more run, and that would be the end of the video, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you to anybody out there who's listening, and I hope you have a good night. Bye-bye.